Hey, everybody. I'm Professor Roberts. I'm your professor for this course. And I thought I'd reach out to you guys. Well, one of the reasons is to let you guys know of the supply chain learning link assignments and give you a demonstration on how to get to it because it's not on eCampus, but I do have a link there. And I was looking at your guys' introduction and your responses to the first question, uh, the written homework. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight. I know probably should have sent this last week, but you know how life gets you. But your introduction. So I have a little note here of what some of you guys wrote. One of you guys has been out of education or out of the traditional education for 25 years. It's never too late to learn. So I hope you guys don't or never stop learning, whether it's a formal education such as this degree, or if it's continuing education to better build your skills or whatnot. Education is worth it. And unfortunately, that person who was 25 years out, they're a Bears fan. No, we can't have that. I grew up just outside Chicago, being home of the Chicago Bears, but go Packers. So figured I'd throw that in there. One of you guys wanted to be a PGA caddy. Now that's a pretty specific dream. Hey, that'd be an awesome opportunity just to be a part of that, because the PGA has such an impact on, or I should say, a long history of golf. I mean, I believe it goes back hundreds of years for golf. And being a caddy, that'd be an interesting experience. Other than traditional students who usually come out of high school and move into college, we have a couple non-traditional students, which is perfect for you guys to be here. I wasn't a traditional student back when I was doing my bachelor's degree. I took an online degree like you guys are doing, but it was just as rigorous as if it was in the classroom. And hopefully this course, which is based on my actual version of this class in person, you guys are doing the same assignments. I'm just expecting you guys to do them a little quicker than my classroom students. So don't think you're getting away with anything because this is a short half semester course. One of you guys has 50 to 60 people that show up to a family reunion. That is huge. I mean, what do you got to do? Get like a park and rent out one of their gazebos or shelters and have the party there. That might be the best time, but hey, 50 to 60, that's a lot of cousins and stuff. Hopefully it's wow, 50 to 60. But hopefully it's an enjoyable experience, because you may only see these people once a year or once every other year for these family reunions. I saw a couple people work for Walmart, or at least one person worked for Walmart. And I did some time at Walmart too. What I did at Walmart is I went from store to store helping them with their inventories. When they had a major problem with their inventory, I was the one that went there. So I was based out of the Raleigh area, which I noticed one of the students is from Raleigh, or maybe a couple of you guys, if I recall correctly. And it was interesting going into the stores. I'm more of the analytical person, so I like to look at the data and figure out where things went. Where inventory came in, inventory went out, and that should equal the difference between those should still be in the store. But figuring out where the error was a fun thing for me. And I also saw an electrician. So that's a new one for me. I've never had an electrician in this class. So welcome. And I also saw someone who had some Polish ancestry, which is very unique. That's not something I see every day, especially in this area where I grew up. We had a large Polish population, but haven't really ran into that in the recent. So I don't speak much Polish, but I have a couple words. When you learn the words of a language, it's usually not the proper words. But hey, it is what it is. All right. So introductions, it was great reading those and learning about you guys. Now, question one. Question one asked about if you guys purchase strategically. And as expected, most of you if not all of you, said no. That's the answer I expected, because we don't really think that way. You know, we have a need, we purchase whatever it is we need. We either make it or we buy it. So that's usually what we do once we've identified a need. We're hungry. The need is we need to eat. Do we make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or do we go to McDonald's? The make versus buy decision. And we'll talk more about that throughout the course. Hopefully my lecture videos are not that boring, but if they are, send me an email and I will remake them to be less boring. I can't guarantee they're going to be like the next blockbuster, but I can make them. All right. But when you guys were doing some of your comments on your thing, I mean, you guys made some very specific responses, especially like you don't purchase strategically because you're more of an impulse buyer. Right? We are that. Why do you think there's all those candy bars and soft drinks at the cash registers? Those are impulse buys, because you're like, I'm a little peckish, or I'm a little bit hungry, so I'll grab a Snickers or a Twix or whatever your favorite candy is. Or I'm thirsty, so I'm going to get a bottle of Coke or Pepsi, Mountain Dew, whatever your flavor is. We have that. I mean, honestly, I have my own drink right here. This is a Pepsi Zero or Pepsi Max, whatever they call it, basically no sugar. Yeah, trying that kick. But some of you guys also made comments like you're not trained or you're not knowledgeable in looking at things strategically like that. Hopefully this course will help you. Others mentioned time restrictions. So you don't have the appropriate amount of time to make the proper research before making the purchase. And yeah, that happens all the time. Even when I was doing that, doing purchasing for a living, you never have enough time. You could research forever and still not make it, but sooner or later you got to cut off that decision and cut off your research and make the decision. Others mentioned brand loyalty. Yes, there's some brands that I will buy over others because I know their history or their reputation for quality. For me, like there was a dress shirt that I always bought. It was called Enro, E-N-R-O. That company went out of business maybe about 10 years ago, but they were the best shirts I've ever purchased. Besides when I was in the military, we had Creighton was a very good brand for military shirts or military uniform shirts. But yeah, I mean, we all have our preferences. If I was to buy a pair of boots, I have a preference for brand there. If I was to buy a vehicle, I choose Ford. I like Ford. Others may not. They might have jokes about Ford, like Found on Road Dead and all the other ones, Fix or Repair Daily. Yeah, I mean, some vehicles had that problem, but I haven't had that issue. Let's see, lack of a budget was another concern that people mentioned. Yeah. So when we're looking at things, and I believe topic 1 discussed this a little, we're looking to buy the best value. And often the best value is not the cheapest. So I use an example that if we're going to be making a purchase for, let's say, a computer, well, you can buy a PC, and honestly, you're going to have to replace that PC in 3 to 5 years. Well, let's just go with a laptop, a Windows-based laptop. You're going to have to replace that in 3 to 5 years to keep up with how technology is moving so fast. However, Apple, which can be double or triple the price depending on the features you get, will generally last 5 to 7 years. Is it worth it to buy an Apple or a Mac, I should say? Is it? We don't know. You could run the numbers, and you'll run the numbers at how you feel the criteria should be. But for me, I don't know how to work a Mac. I just don't. So I choose PC. I don't even consider Macs because I don't know how to work them. Yeah, one day I probably should learn, but I don't have any Apple products in my house. My wife has a very old iPhone 6 or 6S, and that's the only Apple device in our house. And then you guys have also a preference of supplier. So one of you guys actually used the example of Whole Foods versus Aldi. You know that Aldi is cheaper, but you choose Whole Foods because of the perceived quality that's there. And you're willing to spend that extra money for that quality. Nothing wrong with that. That's your own personal preference. But if you were in a company, would you be going to Whole Foods to buy, let's say, a loaf of bread? I mean, bread is pretty standard throughout, let's say, grocery stores. Does it really make a difference between Whole Foods? I think their store brand is 365. Whole Foods 365 standard white bread versus Great Value white bread. Is there really a difference? Some may argue one way or the other, but it's bread. Is it really going to make or break the sandwich you're making or the whatever you're using the bread for? I don't know. So let's see here. And sometimes you guys will pick accessibility over reduced cost. It might be easier to get something now and spend a little bit extra money than to save money and wait a little bit of time. For example, if you needed a new mouse for your computer, well, you can go to Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and buy a mouse, and you probably pay a little bit more, or you can order from Amazon or another online retailer, and it might be a couple bucks cheaper. Is it worth it? Saving a few dollars and waiting a couple days, or is it something you need now and it's accessible? You can buy a computer mouse pretty easily. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can go with strategic purchasing, and you guys have identified a lot of the reasons why people don't, which is perfectly acceptable. All right, so on to the supply chain learning link assignments. And this one is relatively easy. So I'm going to share my screen. That way you guys can keep up with what's going on here. And you guys now should see basically the landing page minus that orange bar at the top of our course. So supply chain 350 701, that's our course, sourcing and supply management. Oh, by the way, if you guys need to set up an office hours, click on that link. And you guys can actually make an appointment. If none of the times work, send me an email. We'll find another time. And because this is an online class, I will do it by Zoom with you guys. All right. So if you guys go to your assignments tab and click on that, you're going to see, introduce yourself. You guys already did that, but we have supply chain learning link. If you click on this, you're going to see two things here. You're going to see the link, which will actually take you to the website, and then the actual assignment itself. The assignment is where you have to basically watch enough modules and to receive 15 points. And I showed you a little clip here of exactly what I'm looking for. And it's just this little green box. And I'll show you where to find this little green box when I go to the website. So if you click on this link, it's going to open a website. So right here. Now you guys received an email from the Association for Supply Chain Management with to your Mix accounts telling you you've been given a free year of membership or thereabouts. So if you go and you click on this account login button down here, you click on that, you log in, and well, let's wait for the website to go. All right. Of course, it always wants to go slower when you're trying to demonstrate things, right? But this will take you to a login page, and you'll put your Mix email address in there, or you can put your membership number that you were emailed. Your membership number, if I recall correctly, is about 7 digits long. I believe it starts with a 15. And you put that number in, you'll have to create a password. Your email probably will say, click here to finish the registration, and you guys can get the login. So this is the landing page for the Association for Supply Chain Connect community. Through here, you can see like a chat board, but there's also a job board in case any of you guys are interested. And, they're all over the world. Like here, Hyderabad, India, Mumbai, India, Seattle, Washington, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, Durham, North Carolina. I know one of you guys is in Raleigh, so that's not too far away. Australia. I mean, I have a student in my in-person class who's from Australia. But if you go up to the top here, we have supply chain learning link. If you click on that, this is where you're actually going to do your learning. So when you scroll down, and you can see this little green box here, I have 24 points so far. And there's 230 available items that you can do. So basically 1 hour roughly of watching a video, reading an article, or the other ones that are available is about 1 point. And you'll need to get 15 total by, I want to say, April 21st. I might push that to April 28th, give you guys a little extra time. So essentially a month. Yeah, I'll go ahead and push it to April 28th. And that way you guys can have an entire month to get it done. But 15 points. So this number right here needs to be 15. And I want to make sure that, yeah, it's showing you guys. All right. So yeah, if that gets to 15, just take a screenshot of this and upload it to eCampus. That's how you submit for this assignment. But you can scroll down here. Now it always shows some trending ones here. And you can pick any one you want to watch. I'm not telling you guys what to watch. You just have to get 15 points and then show proof that you did the 15. So we have trending here, double down on supply chain digital capabilities. One is the loneliest number, or is it supply chain workforce of the future? And you guys can see here, there's point values and roughly how long it takes to complete. So this is not something you need to sit down for 15 hours straight and do. You can do an hour here, an hour there, 45 minutes, whatever you guys want to do. But down here when you scroll down further, you can actually sort these better. You can go by category, or you can set categories, operational excellence, planning, procurement, sourcing, whatever you guys want to do. So let's say emerging topics. We'll apply that. I would say I want to watch a, presentation. So this, or a webinar. So like a video. So duration. Now, remember, I said that about 1 hour is about 1 point. So let's say I want to want to get half a point to a point, or I have 30 to 60 minutes of my time. Okay, that was not supposed to happen. Let's drop, let's do webinar. Okay, I guess our search feature is a little bit wacky right now. But let's say here, don't worry about this little members tab. You guys have a membership. That's what that email was sending to you guys. But here, leveraging blockchain in the coffee industry. Some of you guys might be addicted to coffee. But this one was worth 1/4 point, and it's about 27 minutes to complete. Now, it doesn't take a full 27 minutes, as you can see here, but that's what they're estimating. But this is a video. You just watch the video, and it will automatically record that you watch the video. That's how easy it is. There's some that are just, you can read articles. There's others that are kind of like a course. So you watch it. The course ones are a little longer. They're worth like 3 points. And I think they're about 3 hours long, but usually there's a video, then there'll be like 5 questions or 3 questions you have to answer. And you can get points racked up that way. Yeah, this is the supply chain learning link. It's relatively easy. I have all my classes doing this right now. So I have about 400 people running through this. And I've had no students run into troubles except for that initial login, which was relatively easy to fix. They had to make a phone call to the association's headquarters out of Chicago, and they fixed it on the phone. The phone call took less than 5 minutes to fix. So this is the supply chain learning link. So once you're done, I just need a screenshot of this little green box, as you can see on the screen now, and submit it. So 15 points will equal 75 points in the gradebook. And all I need to see is a 15, and I automatically give you the full 75 points. If the deadline is coming close and let's say you can't make the full 15, submit what you have. That way you can get partial credit. So I can't remember exactly, but each learning point is worth about 5 points. Yeah, that's right, 5 points. Well, yeah, wow, I'm joking. It's been a long day on my end, and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning over here on a Wednesday. So yeah, shoot me an email if you guys have questions or concerns. And I'm here for you. I won't say that I immediately answer your emails, but my goal is to clear out my inbox every day. It might take a day or two sometimes. If it's the weekend, family obligations, I'll get to you on Monday. But yeah, relatively easy. I don't expect anybody to really have any problems with this course. You guys mostly do this. You just might not be thinking of it. But when you're proficient at this, things go so much better in your personal life too, because you're in the back of your mind, you're considering all this. So I hope this is a great semester and you guys continue moving on your academic journey. For those that have taken a brief break in their academic journey, I'm glad you guys are back. And let me know how things are going and we can work on having an enjoyable experience in this course. All right. We'll see you guys later. I'll make another video. I'm trying to do videos about once a week from here forward. That way you guys can actually see the professor. I know with my online classes, when I never saw the professor, they were just a name on a sheet of paper. And hopefully I don't have to be that for you. All right. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the weather if it gets nicer. And yeah, wherever you guys are, especially if you're down south, you might be having a lot better weather than here. All right. You guys take it easy and see you next time. Bye.